everyone, welcome to the MCL League of Legends stream. Today we have GCC going against CGC's D2 team. That's Glendale Community College going against Chandler Gilbert's D2 team. Today with me I do have Tyler or Alice on casting with me. If you'd like to say hello, Tyler.
Hello.
And yeah, the teams have gone ahead and gotten started on their picks and bans. Any thoughts on today's game so far, Tyler? Any thoughts on these characters?
So I like the swing first pick from CGC D2. I understand that Glendale has a pretty strong mid and support player that both play Swain. But on the converse side, looking to take out more of the slower picks for Chandler Gilbert, Kane, Rise, Soraka, trying to definitely bring down that sort of bulky front line, play the game at a slow pace type of deal. We do see a Kali coming out by Glendale and a Pike coming out. Likely Pike support, but could be a Pike mid as well. Definitely a very assassin heavy comp on the side of Glendale. See Diego Mord B2 B3 by Chandler Gilbert, going for this more brawly style of comp to simply just try to outstat the assassins, hopefully. But right now they're opening themselves up to quite the counter pick on the top side of the map. You see the Garen in response to the Mord. I don't know how much I don't know how much I agree with this. Garen's matchup in the Mord isn't awful, but Mord's utility throughout the mid to late game is just simply not comparable. So I don't know how comfortable their top laner is feeling in this matchup. This might be more of a mercy pick than anything. Seraphine banned away on the side of Glendale, trying to take away the enchanters for all of these brawly comps. Twitch banned away on the side of Chandler Gilbert. Twitch very strong in this patch, both mid, AD, and support. We see the Renata ban. They're very comfortable banning away these supports, so I'm going to take a guess and assume this is Pike support on the side of Glendale. Rek'Sai ban on the side of CGC. How will Glendale respond? Will they draft jungle here, or are they going to pick AD? See the Nunu coming out. Nami in response. Nami's actually a very solid pick here into the Pike. While a bit squishy, does answer the Garen Nunu and does make it really hard for this more dive-heavy comp to answer their brawly comp. Wukong coming in last, and it does look like it's going to be Swain Nami in the bot lane, and they're going to, on the side of Chandler Gilbert, I think they just simply want to outstat the enemy team. Caitlyn picked up Caitlyn Pike, not a bad matchup or not a bad lane this patch. However, their game plans are a little bit different, so I do worry that this Caitlyn is simply just going to get dove over and over. But I do like this matchup a lot. I think both teams have a wonderful draft.
So then, in that case, it sounded like they are. Here we'll go ahead and. So that was, of course, the teams like to use that source for doing their picks and bans, but we will go ahead and switch over to the built-in screen. There we go. But yeah, so based on these comps that we're seeing, I have very limited experience with League of Legends. Do you have any predictions on what we might see early game versus late game? Any predictions for?
For the early game, I definitely am gonna have to put my money down on Glendale. Glendale's comp is just simply going to be more difficult to deal with in the early poke, especially in the bot lane where we see Swain Nami. But if Glendale can't get a hold of this game quickly and get that lead, I think Chandler Gilbert's team is just simply going to become too bulky to deal with. So I do have high hopes for Chandler Gilbert here. Their comp, I definitely favor their draft to GCC's draft. I actually see the Mord mid here with the Wukong top. So this is actually fairly interesting. The Garen maybe thought he was going into the Mord. This is a much more favorable matchup for the Garen to be into Wukong. Similar with Akali, Akali can answer Mord as well, and it makes it very difficult for Mord to follow any of her roams. So I think this will be a very spicy one for the mid and top lanes.
Well, hopefully, we've got a very exciting matchup ahead of us.
I'm very excited to see where this is going to go. If this game goes beyond 25 minutes, it's going to be an all-out brawl on the side of CGC D2. But that's exactly what they're looking for. Anytime they can find a fight, I'm pretty sure they're going to be looking for it. See the Pike, Caitlyn coming down, an old staple pick. The only issue here with the Pike is that it's going to be extremely difficult to deal with champions like the Swain, who heals a lot, with the Nami healing him right behind him. And simply playing a team that, on the side of GCC, wants to always go in, Viego just answers all 5 of their champions. So one possession could turn the tide of the game like that.
Well, I guess we'll find out soon enough how they attempt to deal with that.
Absolutely. Getting ready to load into the game. I have high hopes for both teams, and I'm sure they'll both play extremely well.
All right, and now that teams have chosen their characters, we will be set to our 3-minute delay here. So be just a minute before we really get started. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the game. All right, and it looks like our game is ready to go. Just loading in here. There we go. All right, we're loading in. Our game screen is looking a little odd here.
Really, everything's out.
Oh, well, uh-oh. Let's see here. All right, guys, give us just a moment. We're going to try restarting the game real quick and rejoining. We'll be right back. Okay, there we go. Sorry for that little delay there. We were able to get the game working properly, so sorry if we missed anything there. Go ahead and get those items up for everyone. And yeah, let's get started.
All right. So hopefully we didn't miss a whole lot going on. Did seem like there was a bit of a scuffle, but no kills or deep wards looking like on the side of either team. See possibly here an early gank from the Nunu looking down, trying to stop this Swain Nami early. Possibly could be a kill here with the Pike. Swain's forced the flash. Nunu doesn't have Snowball to follow here, but do they have anything? Nunu flash coming down. Auto from the Caitlyn does get the kill onto the Swain. First blood. Looking back mid, Mordekaiser with a level lead. Akali hits level 2, looking for the fight with the Shroud. Can't quite find it though. Mordekaiser just a bit too tanky. Top lane just content with this early brawling, not quite looking for anything decisive. He coming down on the Mord. From the Mord, I should say. Looking for some poke. We're back at an even game state. Caitlyn has not reset yet. Big wave coming in to CGC D2. They need some way to answer this. Bubble from the Nami, but this wave is too big. They can't fight here. Nami gets hooked, coming down. Heal coming out from the Swain. Pyke's like, I gotta get out of here. E coming down, 90 caliber net. Just getting some poke. Caitlyn's looking to recall here. Really big from the bot lane on GCC's side. Diego here looking for a gank. Finding the Garen, but he's standing on a ward. Garen's gonna simply walk out of this. Snowball comes down, finding the Mord. Kill down to GCC inside of Wolf and Tech. Looks like Swain also walked into the Caitlyn Pyke, looking for a recall and paid with his life.
And now I could be wrong, but this is actually very much in line with what you had predicted, right? That very like aggressive start from Glendale side.
Yes, Glendale needed this early lead that they are quite securing right here. Nunu's looking for the gank on Wukong, finds him with the snowball, is going to be able to get out. Ignite down from the Garen, is going to catch the Wukong though. Big grab from the Swain, tower shots onto the Caitlyn. Will they follow? No. Big though, a little bit of disrespect on the side of Glendale. Hopefully this does not come back to bite them, because that 150 gold shutdown could end this lane for them. 1,400 gold on the side of Caitlyn. Looking possibly for either Greaves and a longsword here, or even just straight up a Noon Quiver. You see the Noon Quiver boots coming down. Sorry. You see the Noon Quiver boots coming down, gonna have a big spike on the side of Glendale in their bot lane. Nunu looks like he is looking to prioritize this bot lane, but if with the pressure that they're outputting right now, it's going to be really hard for Chandler Gilbert to answer this early game oppression. See both junglers playing pretty much opposite of each other. If Viego can maybe find something in any of these lanes, it could be detrimental. Oh, see Pyke looking for a hook here, trying to keep up that early aggression. Not quite finding it though. Swain, Nami, extremely difficult to answer without them actually just being hooked. Alright, we see the snowball coming out from the Nunu, possibly looking for another bot lane gank. Pyke looking for the hook here, finding the hook, gets the flash. Snowball connects to the Swain, and they will get the kill. Kill over to Nunu on the side of Glendale. Seems like we see quite a big gold lead here. About 1,000 on the Caitlyn over the Swain. Even on the support side, 400 gold over to the side of the Pyke from all of these assists. Everything else about even though. GCC is just trying to take those short leads and run away with them. Wukong is here. Could be dangerous if the Akali decides to look. Akali moves down, looking to get some pressure for the dragon. Mid lane is coming in. So I believe gonna have to gander a guess and say that Glendale is going to get this dragon uncontested. Some poke down from the Swain and the Nami, getting some damage. Bubble landing, but not quite the follow-up they need. Fortunately, no one is there to give them the support. Snowball coming down. Nunu is looking. See the shuriken flip from the Akali, but Viego's there to answer. Snowball's coming in, looking for the Nami. Finds the Nami. The damage is there. Can he get the root? Root's there. Caitlyn's following. Trap doesn't quite connect. Nami's gonna gank it out just by the scales of her tail. Wukong is facing a lot of pressure right now. Can't quite go in, doesn't have the mana. Looks for the E, but Garen says, I don't think that's the correct thing. Finds him with the Demacian standard. Demacian Justice, my mistake. Wukong's going to miss that entire wave. Looking at about an 800 gold deficit. Chandler Gilbert needs to stop this bleeding somewhere, but right now, Glendale is quite literally trying to end the game before they can scale to where they can survive this.
So if there is going to be a
Oops.
turnaround here, where would we
I would.
see? Ooh.
Snowball connecting, and we see the hook landing from the pike. Do they have the damage? Gonna give the kill over to the Nunu. I think if there is gonna be a turnaround here, it's gonna have to come from the mid lane. The Akali, the Moor's been pretty good about keeping the Akali in lane. Fortunately, is down quite a bit of CS in doing so, but Moor's ability to lock down a single target should prove very helpful here. See Nunu trying to escape, went a bit too deep. Diego's gonna find it, find the shutdown, and grab the Nunu here. This could be big. What will the Viego do with the Nunu? We see Snowball coming down, looking for the Akali. Mord's in there. Twilight Shroud comes down. Nunu misses. Sure can flip out. See Realm of Death coming down. Viego's sitting here waiting. Akali has no R2 right now. Finds the R2, gets out. Viego flash. R coming down. Heartseeker. Gonna take the blast plant and live. Very well played so far by the Viego. While he hasn't been quite on the map as much as the Nunu, simply getting this farm in and getting this XP has kept him in line. Especially looks like because we're seeing an AP Nunu here, so it's going to be a lot more damage heavy rather than tank. If the Viego can focus on this Mord and get him even just a slight lead, I think they can run away with it. Wukong stepping just a bit too close. Kali and Nunu looking for the Mord here. Mord finds the Viego. Viego gets the stopwatch, but can he get the possess? See Absolute Zero coming down. Viego will go down. This is a chaotic game. Brawls all across the map. Each team looking to simply just run at the other one. I think Glendale's early comp is just too strong right now for Chandler Gilbert. Possibly going to see first tower going over to the side of Glendale. Garen going to pick up this extra 400 gold. Wukong has to sit here and simply get whatever XP he can from the Garen. Garen threatening him with the all-in. Nunu Pike taking the Herald. Very difficult for Chandler Gilbert to prevent anything going on right now. It is simply just a battle of attrition. If they can't get this, if they can't slow this game down, it's gonna get even more out of control. Pike and Nunu coming in, Snowball coming down, Pike Ignite coming out. The hook comes out, but the Garen and Nunu aren't there. I think there might have been a miscommunication. Pike goes down, giving gold over to the Wukong. Nunu gets executed, and Glendale getting a little too cocky. So this could be the start of what could happen. Wukong taking the Gromp, trying to fight with the Mord, but unfortunately this Garen is so strong. Mord needs to get Realm of Death. Realm of Death comes down, chasing the Garen. Can he kill him though? Akali's looking for the help. Heartseeker comes down on the Caitlyn, gets the shutdown. They're 1 Q away from getting it. Shutdown going over to Mord. This is big. Wukong uses the Cyclone, gets out. Akali no Q2. Pike R comes down, R'ing the clone. I think Wukong's gonna make it out. Akali needs to swap back over and help the Pike, but Wukong looks like they're gonna just take the gold on the Wukong. Call it a day. This is big. Chandler Gilbert clawing back, get shutdowns on the Viego, on the Mord. These carries that can lead them to this mid game and get that power spec that they need. Chandler Gilbert going for this Drake. Nunu coming in, steals the Drake. Absolute Zero coming down. This is big. This is possibly 2 dead. No Heartseeker on the side of the Viego, but Swain is simply just too much damage in such a large area. Heartseeker catches, gets the Nunu coming down. A bit of split focus here as they try to keep the Akali off of the Viego while the Caitlyn gets free shots on the Swain. But it looks like Chandler Gilbert's just going to elect to leave. No dragon, but plenty of that golden XP. Kali going down with the Shuriken flip. Ignite coming down from the Mord. Nothing to follow, though. Oh, Caitlyn's in a bad spot, though. Could possibly look for a kill. Swain W coming down. Gale Force from the Caitlyn. They will elect to just use their resources and get out of there. Very well played so far by Chandler Gilbert, turning this about 6 or 7k gold lead into only about 4.
That was a pretty huge comeback there in the gold. It was looking pretty rough there for Chandler Gilbert. They're slowly inching their way back.
Yes, they are bringing it back. I believe the Mord even has quite a bit of gold on him, about 1500. And this Viego is just simply coming monstrous. Nami wandering into the wrong space, though. E misses from the Pike. Does Pike have R, though? They don't quite have the damage. And Death from Below will catch the Nami. But Garen running for his life. No Heartseeker on the side of Viego, but Flash is coming up. Pike Q finds the Swain as Shelly pushes down into the bot lane. CGC needs to answer with this top kill on the Garen. Bot diving. Nunu taking too many tower shots. AP Nunu unfortunately not tanky enough. Swain gonna find one. E doesn't connect. And GCC is fumbling right now. This lead, each time they're giving a kill over, they're losing more than they're gaining. If CGC, or not CGC, if Glendale cannot get back that early dominance they had, it's going to become really uncontrollable for them. Garen finds the Wukong here, 2 levels up. Cyclone coming down. Ignite coming down from the Garen. Cyclone to get him off of him again. Cast 2. Wukong barely escapes with his life. We are seeing a bit of a level deficit across the map here, though. Garen 2 levels up on the Wukong. Akali 2 levels up, about a level and a half up on the Mord, actually. But bot lane, very content, playing very, very well, very slow. Akali really wanted blue buff, I guess. So, no flash Akali, by the way. Now we're back onto the slow grind game, trying to keep jungle dewarded. Flash coming out from Viego. E misses. Nunu R misses. Are we going to see Heartseeker coming out? No. No vision, unfortunately. Viego needs help here to get this vision cleared. Unfortunately, despite Glendale's blunders earlier, the dominance they've had on the vision game has just simply been unmatched. So Chandler Gilbert really needs to figure out how to answer this, because they need to take back their bottom side of the map. Seems like we have 5 mid here just looking. Nami bubble not quite landing. I do worry here for Chandler Gilbert. E finds the Akali, but is it going to be enough? Nothing quite goes down. Pike Q goes wide. Oh, see Wukong E finding the Akali. Might have been we see the flash coming out. Not quite sure what. Might have been a little spooked, but it's all right. Ward's coming down, trying to keep vision. Garen's content with just taking the top lane here, though. GCC needs to make up their mind quickly and decide what they're gonna do. See Swain roaming down to the Caitlyn, possibly looking for a one-on-one. From the side, we see the Super Mega Snowball finding the Viego. Big kill. Death from Below does find the Wukong. And Akali says, this realm of death, this is my realm of death, and finds the Mord.
Well, that seemed really good for Glendale there. Goodness, is Chandler Gilbert going to be able to recover from that?
Not sure. Chandler Gilbert looking very solid, but there seems to be a bit of disarray on what needs to be done here. I still have faith in our Mord and our Viego. Oh, big bubble onto the Pike. Doesn't quite find him, though. E's going to get him out. And I think Glendale is going to elect to simply just take the dragon, take some turrets, and get out. This is the dominance they should have been keeping up, so it's good to see them having it back, but Chandler Gilbert can't find their picks like they've been doing. It's going to get rough before it gets better. Okay. 10 stack Dark Seal on the side of Akali for Glendale. Gonna upgrade that over to the Medjais. Gonna see probably quite an explosive game here. But despite that, the entirety of Glendale is fairly squishy. We see Stridebreaker on the side of Garen. We see Proto Belt with Nunu. So this Absolute Zero and the Super Mega Snowball are going to hurt. Hexgate coming out with the Akali, but Swain and Nami are here. See Akali are coming down, finding the Nami. Swain ult comes down, Shuriken Flip finds the Swain. Akali's looking for it. No death from below on the side of Pyke. But can the Akali find the damage? Viego on the side looking for the Akali. W misses. Orc in hand, does elect to just back up. And Hextech Drake will go over to the side of Glendale. Pyke looking here. We see Pyke Caitlyn working on the Wukong. Viego on the back, finding the Pyke. Maybe the Heartseeker comes out. Heartseeker misses, gets stunned. Cyclone finds Caitlyn. Galeforce comes out. Bit of split decision making here. And GCC will leave with 3. Garen has elected to go for the more split pushy Hullbreaker build. Mordekaiser's struggling to deal with it here. About a 2-level deficit. It's looking a little bit grim, but Swain is very strong at finishing that Leandries. We see Snowball coming down. This could be a very rough dive. Snowball misses, E connects, and Swain will find the kill on the Nunu. IQ comes down, just goes wide. Field goals between the Swain and the Nami. Caitlyn looking to reset, my apologies. Akali looking to reset here. 2 looking top. Finding the Garen with the Mord E. TP comes down from the Akali to support the Garen here, but I don't think they're going to find anything. R comes down from the Akali. Shuriken Flip comes over, does find the kill on the Mord. Looking for the Wukong now. Wukong staying alive a little bit with I'm not sure actually, but doesn't quite find the Akali. And GCC is looking to simply just end on the top side. Shelly coming down to top. Swain and Nami have to answer here, but I don't think they have the damage. Swain electing to go for the Shelly, and Garen's just running for the Nexus. Garen finds the Nami. Nami flash, ignited, possibly dead here. Does Swain have the damage or the CC to catch him? E goes wide. And Garen is out of there while Pyke Caitlyn push into the base of Chandler Gilbert. Bit of stabilization on the side of Chandler Gilbert right now. Baron is up. They are stuck in their base. Bot tower down. Mid tower almost down. Top inhibitor pushing in with super minions. What will Glendale do to pursue this lead? I was very much looking forward to seeing Chandler Gilbert scaling into the mid game with the picks that they found, but it's looking rough right now.
Right. It really did seem there for a moment that they were going to make up that difference too, and then just the difference of a couple fights really set them back.
Yeah, I think on the side of Glendale there was a bit of a cockiness at the start that caused them to start falling behind, but it seems like they got the wake up call. Yeah, no, for Glendale.
Oh, right.
I think the wake up call was there for him, and now Chandler's just definitely struggling to grab back those few leads. Baron going over to the side of Glendale. Death Realm inside with the Nunu. Absolute Zero finding them. Mordekaiser will go down. Do we see possibly Tidal Wave coming down from the Nami, getting them off of her? Kali's looking though. Kali's on the hunt. Right now, this is going to be rough. Baron minions pushing into the base. Snowball coming down on the side. Viego is there. Kali are coming down. Shuriken Flip looking for the Viego. Viego can't quite get out. Heartseeker in place. Zanya's coming down, and it looks like Glendale is sieging the base. Three dead on the side of Chandler Gilbert, looking for this bottom inhibitor, taking everything they can. Snowball is looking, finds the Mort. Is it enough? Shuriken Flip catches the Mort. Down goes Mort to the Akali with this 25-second guys. Big Wukong R, but it's not enough. It's just too weak, and triple kill over to Wolfentech on the side of Glendale. Glendale will take game 1.
All right, and that will be our first game of the evening. We do have our games best 2 out of 3, so give us a moment while teams take a quick break and decide how they want to go about their next round. We'll be right back. All right. Oh, let's mute that music. There we go. We are back, and teams are once again doing the picks and bans here. Yeah, so based on that first game, any expectations here?
I'm expecting to see the Garen ban coming out on the side of Chandler Gilbert. Did not want to deal with that top lane. I think that Glendale is pretty content in their bans. Possibly a Viego ban could be in their future if they want to draft a super aggressive comp again. But I would not put it past them to simply ban out the same things again, because if it's not broke, don't fix it, right? Um, But on the side of Chandler Gilbert, we do see the Akali and Garen coming out, simply just trying to not deal with those super snowbally, super hyper aggressive picks in their lanes. You see, first pick Neela coming out, very interesting. Neela, a bit of a newer champ, does have kind of a weird interaction with the game. And considering they have 3 enchanters banned on the side of Glendale, I'm very interested to see who Neela wants to pair with. Senna is still up, so we could see Neela Senna come out. How will Glendale respond? Caitlyn. All right, going back to old reliable with the Caitlyn pick. Caitlyn very solid into Neela, does have that extra range, and we do see the Senna picked out on the side of Glendale. Nami does answer the Senna, very strong pick, and we do see the Kayn. As far as I'm aware, I do believe Tech plays a lot of Kayn. So could this be a mistake on the side of Glendale, letting it through for him? Right. Yasuo comes down. Very AD heavy comp on the side of Glendale. How will they respond with the R4 ban? Aurelian Soul. I'm not familiar with that noob's champion pool, but given the comp that Chandler Gilbert has elected to play, Aurelian Soul is kind of a strange ban here. Pyke coming out on the ban, also a strange ban as we do see Senna being picked. Another quirky ban, again, a bit strange with this like super melee heavy, like high aggression comp on the side of Chandler Gilbert. And Chandler Gilbert's Azir ban. I don't like either of Chandler Gilbert's second bans, admittedly, because we've already picked Senna Yasuo. We essentially know where the Yasuo is going. It could be a Yasuo top, but I don't know. I don't like the Azir. Or yeah, it's gonna be Yasuo mid. So the Azir and Pyke bans a bit haphazard. Yon coming out to answer the Yasuo. Yon's matchup in the Yasuo is very Yon favored. So I do like this pick by the Chandler Gilbert team, but they are struggling for this range and this tank answer. I'm interested to see how they answer the Ornn and the jungler here. York coming down. Yeah, it's fine. They want to answer the Ornn in the side lanes and in lane, but the value that Ornn provides here is just simply too much. And Aurelia. We sure that's an Aurelia?
What
We're
was
sure that's an
that?
Aurelia. The last pick. We're sure that's an Aurelia, right?
Oh, so I can't confirm, but I will go ahead and point out that in the past, I guess this pick tool has sometimes shown an incorrect character.
Okay,
So it is
because
possible that yes, there is like a glitch there.
okay, I'm very interested to see if it is or not, because if
Well,
not,
let's find out.
alright, let's find out. I am much more interested in how this is gonna turn out now. This is a spicy comp on the side of Glendale. And we are in blind picks. So we do see Ornn jungle, it looks like. Very AD heavy on the side of Glendale. This is actually, I think I do like Chandler Gilbert's draft more here now. We have seen picks in the past like the Lost build with Kayn to go very bruise racing, very difficult for the ADs on the side of Glendale to deal with, as well as the Sunfire build for Yon. So any early lead here on the side of
3-minute wait here, and we'll be back here shortly with our next game for you. All right, and we are loading in.
Very interesting to see on the side of these runes and masteries.
Oh dear.
Because we can't see the end game, but we can see the runes and masteries.
Well, it looks like we may have had the same issue come up as earlier. So I'm so sorry, stream. Give us just a moment while we exit this game and rejoin real quick. We will be right back. Okay, we are back, and this time we can see the game. I know it's always preferred to watch it that way. So here we are with game two. All right, and this is a very different comp than we saw earlier. Any thoughts on how that might change this next gameplay here?
Um, it's something. So we see fleet footwork on our orange jungle here. It looks like GCC is looking for the invade. 4-man on the side of it, finding the Yorick. They don't quite have the CC here though to lock it down. Yorick's just gonna walk out. Um, it's very interesting to see the team comp on the side of Glendale because they've just simply basically traded comps where now Chandler is wanting to look to push this early aggression, and Glendale is just content with getting their items and brawling in the mid game. But I am interested to see. We see Dark Harvest on the side of Kaylin this game. We saw Lethal Tempo from her the prior game. We see Dark Harvest on the side of Kane this game. I did expect to see Ross, so seeing Blue Kane is a bit strange here. But if he can find that lead, it could be devastating. I am very excited about the Win Brother matchup in the mid lane, though. Always a very exciting matchup to watch. Very similar champions in their regard, very skill intensive. So I will look forward to seeing which one can prevail. TP on the side of the Yone. Probably would have preferred Ignite personally, but definitely gonna have that early game pressure, or that late game pressure with the teleport across the map. Level 2 coming on for the Yasuo, looking for it, finds the Steel Tempest Tornado, getting his Lethal Tempo stack, going on the aggression, doesn't quite find Lethal though. Senna looking to just poke out the Nami here. Heal coming down, a bit premature. Nyla just wants to survive this lane, get the XP that she can, and find that early lead. Right now, Chandler Gilbert is on the back foot. Q finds the Nyla, and Senna Caitlyn will lock down first blood. Few souls going over to the Senna. Grigsby, think this is his debut game on Senna, showing it as a very strong pick, showing it as a very contentious pick into these more melee heavy matchups. Bubble goes just wide. They will make it back for full XP though. Nyla passive, keeping them afloat in this lane. W finds Nyla, some poke comes down. W keeps her alive. Dark Harvest gets procced by the Caitlyn. Turret shot gets hit by. He also gets hit the turret shot. Misses the Keyblades though. Big flash from the Yone. Finds the kill. He was feeling spicy with it, but it wasn't enough. Yone gets the take back. And they will trade 1-for-1 in the mid lane. Looks like it is going to be favored on the side of Chandler Gilbert, though, as the lane is stuck towards them. Kane is just electing to farm right now. I liked the patience from that noob in that little scuffle. Seeing the flash come down from the Yasuo, even though the Yasuo missed the Keyblade, it was still an attempt, and Yone realizing his mistake and realizing Yasuo has to commit at that point was actually very solid by the Yone. Bit of aggression from the Aurelia, not quite full build yet, hasn't bought Vamp Sep, so can't quite find the kill, but this wave, York is going to look to find it all.
Were those cat effects from this character
Yes.
a part of the skin? Is that like how
Yes.
that works? I
Yeah.
love that so much. Oh
Yeah,
my
there's the whole
goodness.
cat like skin line. So there's Meowric, there's Pretty Kitty Rengar. They all have like different cat effects.
That is fantastic. I will say I also do get the pleasure of streaming Overwatch and Valorant. This game does have some of the coolest skins, I will admit.
The skin team does a wonderful job. They're all designed super well. Late going over to the side of Chandler Gilbert. Yone suspects there might be an Ornn here, might be an invade. Ornn looking to take these chickens. Kane looking to go on the offensive here, trying to defend his jungle. W finds it, but I don't think he has the damage to deal with it. Early fighting from the Yone and the Yasuo fighting in the jungle, but Nyla's here. They can look for the Ornn. This could be scary. No ult on the Yasuo yet. E finds them. Kane forced the flash, but Yasuo finds the E, looking for the Nyla here. Steel Tempest doesn't quite connect. Nyla forced the flash, goes to on the Ornn, and they're going to look to take this bot side for themselves. Chandler Gilbert doing very well here to try and cease any sort of lead that... oh, my mistake. Glendale doing well here, trying to cease any sort of lead. Nyla walking up to the Ornn, not quite respecting the damage enough, and does pay with her life. I don't quite agree with the Nyla pick if this is what we're going to be seeing. Does not seem like it's very comfortable for them. Steel Tempest just kind of goes wide. Fate Sealed gets him out of there, and he will live. Ornn wandering into the lane. Steel Tempest finds Yasuo. Bit of aggression from Mam onto this Yorick. Does he have R? Not going to quite use it. Gets some damage down. Yasuo on the back foot in the mid lane. Steel Tempest loaded for both of them. Nothing quite yet. See Senna roaming up top for this counter gate. Kane's here. Is he going to look? He's looking for the Senna. Aurelia finds the Yorick. And Kane forced to back out. But Ornn on the way, on the hunt. They're looking for this Kane. Kane using the blast point to get out, but they said, I want blood. We're looking. W lands onto it. Yone just a bit late, having to back up as the Ornn is going to look to take this top side of the jungle for himself. Glendale playing a very aggressive, very dominant early game right here. Yone caught in a bit of a rough spot. Gonna get picked up by the Senna. Dirk on the Senna, super strong early. You know, looks like we're gonna see an early lead. Aurelia looking to just trying to get some plate gold right now. Chandler Gilbert needing to slow this bleeding once again. Starting his next clear Senna, roaming about the map. Are we going to see a trade on the side of Chandler Gilbert looking for this Drake? We have no vision across the map. What will Chandler Gilbert look to do? Senna goes wide, trying to find the flank, but Nami is level 6. We do have the Tidal Wave. Tidal Wave finds it, misses them both. And the Nami's forced to flash. Nyla paying with her life. This does not spell good for the bot lane. Nyla extremely difficult to play from behind. Top lane coming in. See Yone finding the Yasuo. Doesn't quite have the damage though. 3's there. As far as I remember, 3 is bigger than 1. And Yone will go down after the Fate Sealed. Big wave on the side of Shade, but it's not quite enough. E finds him. He will get stunned. See the Ornn horn sounding, and the Ram will find him. Kill over to Glendale. Bubble comes down onto Grigsby. Finding it, they don't quite have the damage though. They're content with just fighting here. Nyla just gonna say, yeah, you can have some sushi tonight. Go for it. Nami will fall. Kane's looking here, is level 6, can possibly find some orbs here, maybe a kill, looking for the Caitlyn. Can't quite, doesn't have the damage. He will fall over to Caitlyn Senna as bot lane just increases their lead. 300 gold shutdown on the Caitlyn, 400 gold on the Senna. I had high hopes for Chandler Gilbert in this mid game, and I still have hopes that they can pull it back here. It is a bit of a goal deficit, but their team comp will allow for it if the Kane can find a trespass onto this Senna, picking up that shutdown. Kane and Yorick looking to defend the blue buff here, but it is going to go down over to the Aurelia. And Glendale is just not giving them any room to breathe. Maiden comes out looking for the fight. Kane not on the same page, it seems like. The Eve does find him. Now Kane's in a rough spot. Doesn't have Trespass. E goes down. No Fate Sealed for the Yone right now. What will they do? Trying to find Ornn. Ornn is ignited, low on health, but Aurelia is peeling him. Not quite there. He will go down over to the Yone for the shutdown. Chandler Gilbert will find some gold despite all of the brawling. Graysbeef back in lane with the red buff this time. Super difficult to get away. No summoners on the side of Glendale in their bot lane. W finds them both. Gets the Nyla. No W from the Nyla. Soul's out. Graysbeef saying, you are in our lane, therefore I'm taking the gold. X-Men struggling, it seems. Hasn't been able to quite find it. Big Yasuo combo over onto the Kane, finding him with the EQ into the last breath. Making up for the Beyblade from earlier. Very nice. It is an all-out brawl. 11 minutes into the game, 21 kills. Absolute bloodbath of a game.
And so making sure I understand this right, that 400 gold that's just above the Caitlyn stats, that's like the bounty if Chandler Gilbert is able to kill her, is that correct?
Correct. So every time if somebody hasn't died, they'll give 300 gold, and then if they haven't died or have extra kills or CS or anything like that, then they get what's called a bounty. So if Chandler Gilbert can look to find a kill on the Caitlyn, it's 700 gold to whoever kills her.
So that can really be a huge part of like closing that gap then for this team. They're really falling behind, but a kill on the right person can definitely help.
A kill on the right person could absolutely change the game for them, as well as the XP, because it does give you increased XP. So Glendale has to play very concisely here, because any wrong move, if they lose a shutdown on any of their key members right now, could be disastrous on the Kane, on the Yone, even on the Nyla. Some aggression over here from the Aurelia. Eve finds the Yorick, and he will go down over to the Aurelia. See some aggression from the Ornn and the Senna finding the Yone. 3 people bot looking for this Yasuo. This could be big. W misses. No Umbral Trespass for the Kane either, and they're going to miss out on that 1,000 gold shutdown. Chandler Gilbert, once again, struggling with this control over their side of the map. Really needs to help their Nami, help their supports, help their junglers get vision across their jungle, because they just simply don't have the map knowledge right now to move anywhere, and it's Glendale is taking complete advantage of that. We will see bot turret going down. Some more aggression onto the Yorick from Mam, looking for the kill on Shade. Really are coming out. Mam just trying to clear the minions as much as he can. Aurelia trying to keep the Death Timer as long as he can. Fate Sealed onto the Yasuo. Nami is there, but he doesn't quite have the damage. 3-level deficit. Bubble misses. Yasuo walking in. This could be scary. Steel Tempest is loaded up. 1Q could find it. Goes just wide. Field gold, but we do see Senna Ornn here looking. Steel Tempest does put Yone into a bad spot. Senna R coming down. Bubble finds the Yasuo, but it's not enough. Oh, turret to aggro actually. Could be the kill. Doesn't quite make it. Triumph will get him healed up. And Ornn, everyone, will walk out with their lives. So now everybody on the side of Glendale does have a shutdown. So if we can see an ace, it will be a cataclysmic event for Glendale. Kane is looking, has the Umbral Trespass, doesn't quite find it. Last Stand does catch him, and he does go down. Crit from Yasuo just too strong. Yorick doesn't have the method of catching him. Doesn't quite want to use Ghost with Senna Yasuo here. Just a bit too much damage. Yone here now, no Fate Sealed, no way to lock him down. And GCC is going to elect to recall and spend some of that gold they've made. TP coming out, trying to answer the Aurelia aggression. Mam once again looking very dominant in the side lane, very comfortable letting his team interact. Nyla caught a bit too far, does dodge out onto the Ornn knockup. Caitlyn Flash coming out. Does she have the mobility? Does manage to get out. Peacemaker misses. Caitlyn R is up, not quite, doesn't quite have the damage though. Kane looking to deward a bit of this jungle. Bit of a miscommunication possibly. We see Tidal Wave coming out from the Nami as Kane is trying to deward. Now Kane and Nami both in a precarious place. W coming down to slow them. But Grigsby absolutely on the hunt. Oh, Skara does miss the Horn, doesn't quite get the ramp to go. Finding the flank onto the Caitlyn. Big Umbral Trespass onto the Senna, doesn't quite have the damage though. And it looks like GCC is on the counter aggression. They do find a kill. Yorick looking for this last hit onto the Senna, but the healing's too much. Ace in the hole comes down, executes the Yorick. And Nyla looking for the shutdown onto the Aurelia. Doesn't quite, misses the Q, and Nyla will go down. Fortunate level deficit. It was looking very, very solid for Chandler Gilbert there on the side of all of the diving that Glendale was doing, but they just don't have the gold or the damage to answer how high or how far ahead the opposition is. See Kane going down to Mam once again. Mam fully stacked, finding the Q3 are there, but Yasuo's here looking for it, finds the Steel Tempest on to Nami, looking for the last stand here, does find the Q, double knockup, and will find triple kill. Double kill. Mam gets the triple kill. Oh, Griggs taking tower. Could this be a shutdown? But just with 1 HP. Wolfentech being very dominant on this Yasuo pick, showing a lot of proficiency with these assassins last game on his Akali, warranting the ban here. Skara and Caitlyn electing to, I don't know, donate gold to the tower, because tower wanted the shutdowns too. Tech's looking here inside the team, no wind wall, does find the Q, no last breath. CGC is on the chase, looking for this offensive here, looking for these shutdowns. No shield bow on the side of Wolfentech. Kane's looking for a W to look for the Umbral Trespass. They can't quite find it, don't have quite the lockdown. Mam Q's in, looks for it. Umbral Trespass onto the Aurelia, doesn't quite have the damage. Nyla comes down, can't quite get any lockdown. Fate Sealed, doesn't quite find anybody. GCC is looking for the base. Extremely brawly game. GCC absolutely content with just fighting as much as they can. Prowler's Claw onto the Yasuo. Does go a bit too far. Last Breath does find it. Kane having to back up. No Umbral Trespass just yet, but this could be big. Yasuo shield bow is coming up though. Kane needs to make a decision. I think he's going to elect to leave. See a lot of items on the side of Glendale, playing a little funky. We saw the Ornn horn sound at the top for Scuttle. I don't know if that was it was warranted. Dragon going on over to Glendale, second dragon of the game. Ocean Soul coming out. Dominance. Jonathan Ruiz just trying to pick up some gold right now. Doesn't quite have it. W blocking some damage. Tries to go a bit aggressive, but can't quite find a lot. Kill down over onto Tech. And Glendale is looking for the win. Ace in the hole, doesn't quite find Nami. Rez looking to get a bit more aggression on with the Nyla art. I don't know what it's called. That champ's too new for me. Um, but Glendale absolutely stellar performance with the aggressive play in both games. Good job to Chandler Gilbert as well. Played extremely well in their first and their second game at the start. Both teams played wonderfully.
Absolutely. Great games today. Very exciting to watch. I'm sure, again, this is our preseason, so I'm sure both teams have a lot to take away from this game. That being said, we are getting ready to start our playoffs here soon. So thank you so much for watching today and tune back in soon to see how those playoffs go. Before we say goodnight, I do want to say shout outs. Thank you so much for joining and casting today. Definitely appreciate you being here. Obviously, I am not very well versed in this game, so Tyler, we really appreciate you being here. Um,
Absolutely.
yeah, and then of course, thank you for everyone who tuned in to watch. Hope we see you again next week for our next league game. Everyone, have a great rest of your night.